Hi everybody, welcome in. It's Laura from Tenacious Taurus Twin Flame Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for Leo. Any major Leo placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Keep in mind, timing and energy is fluid. This reading could play out at any point in time, and this reading may or may not be for you. So please only take with you the messages that resonate and leave behind the rest. Let's jump in, Leo, and see what kind of a message Spirit has in store for you. I just saw the house card. So new house, new home, new attitude maybe. I think you're dealing with a woman that might be trying to create all kinds of relationship issues. Either way, you are encouraged to use your intuition in order to make some beneficial changes. Maybe somebody new will be entering into your life. Maybe you're dealing with a woman that's causing all kinds of chaos and conflict. You're really going to need to use your intuition. I think you're definitely dealing with an arrogant, boastful person that I would not want to cross. Maybe because somebody new is entering your life. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that isn't happy, that you're kind of stepping into a lot of prosperity, I feel. A lot of good fortune here, Leo. You're definitely going to have some disappointment with a friend or a lover dealing with a woman who is acting very arrogantly and very boastful. I would be careful. I wouldn't cross her. Either way, good fortune is coming your way, Leo. Somebody brand new is entering your life. Get ready, because wherever you've been at, you've been in a temporary situation, and I think somebody here is packing up and moving. New home, new attitude, and the second you move, I think you're going to come into all of this carefree, lighthearted energy. So use your intuition. Your intuition has definitely been guiding you to make some beneficial changes. So what are you needing to change in order to release this very arrogant person? And I think maybe it is disappointing. Maybe you didn't see this person at face value. And I think definitely somebody very arrogant, acting stupid. And I think somebody is definitely leaving a temporary foundation and going towards somebody new. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Leo. Definitely a situation in the balance. And maybe there's been some struggles financially when it comes to moving. And you're going to need to navigate carefully, absolutely, when it comes to moving. I think somebody is getting ready to move, and you really got to watch your finances. You could be dealing with somebody that's been trying to double cross you financially. I think you're going to want to navigate carefully, because I think this dealing with this woman, she's going to try and cause all kinds of obstacles and challenges for you, Leo. So you might want to really navigate carefully as a situation is in the balance when it comes to making some big changes in your life. So let's see what else needs to come through for you, Leo. Good fortune, though. Good fortune. Love is on the horizon, and you are encouraged to embrace these changes. So what changes have you been guided to make? Because you're dealing with a very prideful and egoic person that is not likely going to back down. So you might want to get your boundaries in place. You might want to get your guard up. You could be dealing with a life partner. Either way, you really need to pay attention to the details. I think you've been stuck in a toxic past cycle, reliving the past, maybe in some dark, shadowy energy. I think you really got to pay attention. Pay attention to somebody's words. Pay attention to somebody's actions. I think you are going to feel very disappointed when the veil of illusion gets lifted when it comes to this arrogant person. Maybe this new person entering your life is going to bring forward a lot of love and will lead to a lifetime partnership. But you might have to pack up and move homes first. I think it's time to embrace these changes once and for all in order to return to a state of balance in your life. Stop reliving the past. The past can never, ever be changed. It's time to celebrate. It's time to step into this good fortune and this new energy. It's time to step into this light-hearted, carefree energy. And maybe you've been dealing with an older man that's been dealing with a woman behind your back. I think you got some frenemies working against you, Leo, and you better be careful. I think you're dealing with a younger woman Maybe you're this older man. I think there's a younger woman and an older man, and I think there's definitely some social rats around. Somebody's been working behind your back. Somebody's definitely been trying to keep you stuck. So I think, you know, finances might be an issue when it comes to moving, packing up and moving, but I think something is coming into balance. Pay attention. Pay attention to the fine details and read between the lines, because something doesn't feel right here within this situation, and you're really going to need to use your intuition. Unexpected choice in love. I think you've been holding on to something that I think you've put a lot of love into, and I don't think it's been balanced. I think you're dealing with somebody that's been giving to more than one, and I think they've really been holding on to some financial stability. I think, you know, money might be tight. Maybe you're holding on to what you've built with all you got. Either way, the lovers is a choice between two, whether you have to make this decision or the person you're dealing with is making this decision. There's definitely going to be some disappointment here, and there's a temporary situation coming to an end. So let's see what else the tarot has to say for you, Leo. Yeah, you're in a place where there's no balance, there's no healing, there is a need for moderation, and maybe you're going to need to learn something new. I think you better defend yourself. I think you're going to have to defend yourself. I think, you know, people are coming at you from every which way, creating all kinds of drama, all kinds of imbalances, and it's kind of time to learn something new. It's time to have that beginner's mindset is what I feel. I think you're going to be on the defense. You do need to protect your energy. There's your energy, Leo. It's time for you to take that first step forward, because you've been in a very toxic, codependent situation. You've been chained to something very toxic. The devil, codependent, addictive behaviors, reliving the past, obsessive reliving the past. It's kind of time to take back your personal power. The only card that breaks free from the devil is that strength. So, you know, also that's ego. You're definitely dealing with somebody all up in their pride, all up in their ego, you know, ready to just argue. I feel you're dealing with somebody that enjoys to argue, Leo. And this is a really toxic bond, a trauma bond. I think this is a trauma bond, and it's kind of time to learn something new. It's time to take that first step forward in a new direction is kind of what I'm feeling, because there's no balance here, and it's kind of time to balance this situation out. Yeah, there's definitely an ending here with the Ten of Pentacles reversed. We do have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups, but with that Devil card, I think there's been a lot of overindulgences. The Nine of Cups can be over drinking. Look at on this card. He's got his arms crossed. I'm not going to look at this. I don't care. I'm going to put the veil of illusion on somebody's eyes, and I'm going to pretend everything is hunky-dory on social media, when in fact, this foundation is crumbling to the ground. There's no growth here. There's definitely no financial stability, and I think somebody's been playing into some addictions, reliving the past over and over again, perhaps when it comes to a missed opportunity. Definitely some third-party interference here, and I think you've not wanted to look at that because, you know, there's a lot of memories here, but I think somebody's been reliving the past, wanting to go back to a missed opportunity that they don't even see still there. There is a new beginning here, but you got to be careful because you're dealing with a manipulator is kind of what I'm feeling. And this foundation is definitely crumbling because the money and the finances aren't there to keep it up. So definitely some secrets here. You're dealing with a liar. There's lies, there's secrets, there's quite possibly even thieving and cheating. And it's time to go through a period of healing. I think it's really time to acknowledge the pain on your heart. I think you've been at the crossroads, you know, needing to decide for quite some time. We do have the 7 and the 4 of Swords. So if you subtract the 4 from the 7, what do we get? We get the 3, which is heartbreak. I do think this hurts. I think this feels like a betrayal because I think there's going to be something illuminated when it comes to some inconsistency, when it comes to somebody that's really not committed. They're not really in it. You know, they're fly by the seat of their pants. And I do think this hurts. I think this is going to trigger a core wound to the surface that is needing to be addressed and healed. I think this is definitely a toxic trauma bond, and there's a brand new beginning here, and you can't see it because you're playing into this manipulation. And I think it's kind of time to see things at face value. I think somebody here wants to win at all costs, and it's definitely going to cost somebody here. It's going to cost somebody, you know, total financial ruin. That's that 10 of Pentacles as well. So maybe it's time to open up your heart in a new direction is kind of what I'm feeling. Because whatever's going on here, there's a lot of lies below the surface. And I think there's a situation coming to an end. The Four of Swords is the death of an idea, person, or situation. It's kind of time to let this die away. Because it's definitely not working out in your favor is what I'm feeling. Yeah, there's that missed opportunity. I think it's time to move on. It's really time to put the past to bed. And I think you've known this. You've known that there's been something going on below the surface with the High Priestess. You've definitely known something's been fishy. And maybe there is third party. We do have the High Priestess, the Queen of Wands, the Three of Pentacles. You know, the Queen of Wands, that's your energy, Leo. I think it's time to get honest with yourself. I think, you know, you've been in a foundation where there's been something hidden below the surface. Maybe you're dealing with somebody that's been reliving the past, hoping they could go back to something. Could be dealing with a Cancer. Doesn't have to be. We do have Capricorn, Sag, Leo, Pisces. And then we've got this King of Swords. So, I don't know. I think somebody's getting ready to deliver some harsh truth here. Somebody's getting ready to use their logical mind to cut through the illusion, to get rigorously honest when it comes to making an unexpected choice in love. Somebody is cutting through the bullshit. Somebody's getting ready to make a final judgment call, to make a decision when it comes to a spiritual union, because I do feel a fated, destined connection here. And, you know, the wheel is stepping in saying, hey, it's time to move forward. It's time to move forward because you've been stuck at the crossroads for far too long. It's time to take that first step forward. There's no balance here. There's no love here. There's no reciprocation. And I think you've known this. Maybe you've known about the other woman this whole time. I'm not sure. But, you know, there's a brand new beginning in love here. And a karmic cycle is coming to a complete close, learning a major lesson here. Definitely big changes on the horizon. Something is coming full circle. And this will lead to a brand new beginning in love. It might hurt to embrace these changes. You've been in a temporary situation and it's about to crumble to the ground because, you know, it was not built on stability in the first place. I think maybe it was built in an old mindset. Like I said, a trauma bond, and it's kind of time to break down that false foundation and to kind of step into, you know, honoring divine guidance. I think you've been guided to embrace these changes. And I do think somebody is going back to a connection from the past where there's a lot of memories, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of love. And I think maybe this will feel like a betrayal. I think get ready for an unexpected departure. This is going downhill fast because it's time. It's time to get in that driver's seat, go in a new direction, to gather your emotions, and to do what it is that you know you've needed to do that maybe you've not wanted to face. I think there's a masculine here going to be delivering a message saying they're going towards another lover, somebody that they have a lot of deep emotions for, a lot of love for. It's time to close out this cycle. You could be dealing with a Taurus, Gemini, or any of the fixed signs, but I think somebody's going towards a connection from the past that they've definitely held on to, that they've not ever had in their heart. Somebody's had this connection on their heart for a very long time. Maybe you felt this coming for the last couple of years, 3 years, 4 years. A lot of threes here. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So I think, yeah, definitely a third party exposure, and somebody is getting ready to go in a new direction. And this is definitely a divinely guided union. This is at the hands of God, divinely guided change. And maybe it's time to learn that lesson. I do feel this was a connection that was rooted in some toxic childhood patterns. And it's kind of time to break those chains in order to step into freedom, in order to step into this lighthearted, carefree energy. Let's take a look at this 10 of Pentacles reversed. Eight of Wands. Yeah, somebody's going to be passionately communicating and going in a new direction. Definitely a burden being laid down. 10, 10, 10. Completion, completion, completion. Somebody's carried this weight on their heart for a very long time. And it's kind of time to balance this situation once and for all. It's really time to bring balance into something that's been very imbalanced. Overindulgences, masking the pain through addictive behaviors. Carrying this burden so long, it's time to release it. So I think get ready for a lot of communication when it comes to forward movement. Somebody here has been stricken with the rods of love, and they're making a choice when it comes to a lover. They're allowing the fates to spin them forward because there is big, big love here. And it's kind of time to get back into balance is kind of what I'm feeling. Because you've been at the crossroads. I think maybe you've been confused about which direction to go. Maybe you've got a lot of opportunities opening up. I do think somebody new is entering your life, Leo. But you maybe need to, know your worth and know your value. Maybe you're stepping into independence. The Nine of Pentacles is a very singular energy. I think you've got all kinds of options coming up. You got the world in your hands, but you need to take that first step forward. I think it's time to do the inner work, Leo, to know your worth, to know your value, to get grounded, to get stable, and to make that final judgment call. I think get ready for a wake-up call. Somebody is definitely making a final judgment call, and it's going to be based in truth, authenticity, and it's going to lead to a brand new beginning, a brand new passionate beginning. So get ready to take that leap of faith in a new direction. There's a new cycle here. And I think there's going to be an awakening when it comes to what was hidden below the surface. So you can be brave and do this. You have to be brave and do this, Leo. Everything always happens for a reason. And I think soon you're going to understand why. Somewhere you lost yourself along the way in this connection, and it's kind of time to return to center, to nurture yourself. I think it's time to get honest with yourself about what's been going on. Take those rose-colored glasses off and embrace change, because whatever you've been dealing with, I think it's kept you from a higher level of commitment. I think you've been feeling stuck, and maybe it's time to seek that support. You've definitely been overthinking and playing into all kinds of obsessive thought patterns. And although you may have some obstacles ahead to face, you will get through this. You will get through this. So, I think get ready for a major epiphany, because this is not going to be able to work out. It's time to go in a new direction. You need to recognize this unhealthy behavior, Leo, and you need to create some space between you and this very unhealthy situation. Definitely, this situation is unhealthy, and it's time for you to step into powerful liberation. So forgiveness is such an amazing tool. It doesn't permit what's been done to you, but it does allow you to move on from it without harboring any bitterness or resentment. So, Spirit's there to offer you the guidance that you've been seeking. All you got to do is open up your mind to this assistance that they're bringing forward, and to trust that you know the truth, and it's kind of time to create that healthy space, because you're learning a major lesson when it comes to some childhood wounds, when it comes to some childhood patterns. And I think the divine is letting you know, they acknowledge that you've been going through a very difficult time, and you do have a lot of divine protection. So listen to your ancestors and the guides. They are there with you, working through this ending, letting you know that you're not alone. It's time to be responsible. I think you've been struggling with your finances, and maybe this is a lesson in responsibility around your resources at this time. That's kind of what I got for you, Leo. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. If you would like to book a personal or a twin flame reading with me, please feel free to check out that description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Thank you.